Peter, you came to Vietnam on a scoping trip in 2008 for a project funded by the Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research. Now, what was the focus of the project, and what was that project?
The focus of the project was to establish a way in which we could work with our Vietnamese partners in research organisations and the various government agencies, and with a group of farmers that were involved in beef cattle production. So the focus of the first project was the south central coastal region of Vietnam, and on that first trip the purpose was to mainly visit that region, to meet with potential research partners and to get a proper understanding of the farm system involving beef cattle and what some of the constraints or limitations for those farmers were in trying to increase cattle production. And sort of the background to that was the Vietnamese government was keen to support farmers with beef cattle because there was a growing market for meat in Vietnam, both as the incomes of Vietnamese increased and as well to supply some of the developing tourism markets in Vietnam.
Well, thank you, Peter, for sharing. The next part, I'm really curious about, possibly what can Vietnam take away from Tasmania's agricultural development, right? So a common thing between Tasmania and Vietnam is the importance of agriculture and the importance of agricultural exports. So what can Vietnam learn from Tasmania in terms of best practices, in terms of technology, in terms of the way people work?
Yes, I think it's very much understanding that in our agricultural systems that farmers have access to lots of modern information, modern technologies, and it's often how they use that information then to make good decisions as to what they do on their farm and how that affects the overall viability and profitability of their farms. So I think our Tasmanian farmers are lucky that they have these opportunities for a diverse range of enterprises and that using good technologies they can be profitable and successful farmers. And I think it's also important to note that in our farm systems we're also very conscious of being sustainable and protecting our soils and our environment from degradation through overcropping and poor management.
Right. So Peter, something happened in 2015 that's very memorable, and this is awarded to very, very few foreigners, but the Vietnamese government awarded you something. Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, we were awarded a medal for the cause of agricultural development in Vietnam. That was awarded by the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. And so that was in recognition of the work that we had done in the Northwest Highlands project. So I think it recognises the way in which we worked with our Vietnamese colleagues and partners, how we work closely with the farmers and the communes to make sure that we were able to deliver the best benefits we possibly could from undertaking that particular project. So it was a very wonderful occasion, something that was totally unexpected and something that I'm very proud of to have been recognised by the Vietnamese government for that work we've done.
That's beautiful. So since then, how has your relationship and connection with Vietnam, been fostered after the trip?
So I am still a little bit involved in a continuing project in Vietnam, which is also continuing in the Northwest Highlands. So I'm a little bit still involved in that project, but I still have good relationships and friendships with both students that came and studied at the University of Tasmania and the research partners that we worked with in Vietnam. So again, when you add up the time that we spent on the bus trips and visiting farms together, then it was very easy to form these very good friendships. And the other thing that sort of happened, because Vietnamese students came to Tasmania, they did connect with the local Vietnamese community, and I now know some other local Vietnamese people that I wouldn't have met otherwise.